For more information on today's program, contact Erica Taylor Montgomery at threegirlsmedia.com. Now, back to Punch, Media and Marketing Made Easy on the Bay Area's business leader, AM 1220 KDOW.
Welcome back to Punch, Media and Marketing Made Easy on 1220 AM KDOW, where we help you deliver a total knockout with your public relations, your social media, your marketing, and so much more. I'm your host, Erica Taylor Montgomery, and we are taking your calls live today at 800-516-1220. That's 800-516-1220. So if you have questions about our topic, revitalizing your company's PR efforts, I suggest that you call in and you can ask them and we'll get those answered live on the air today. Our guest is Kojenwa Moit with Zebra Public Relations, and you can find her online at zebra.nu. That's zebra.nu. So Kojenwa, the topic, of course, is revitalizing a company's public relations efforts. So I'm curious how you suggest a company can really give new power to their PR initiatives when the momentum has really been lost.
Yes, absolutely. And it does happen. It's nothing outrageous. It does happen. Sometimes we lose momentum and one has to take a step back and think to oneself, I'm in this place right now. I don't think I'm feeling it. I don't know if I'm crazy about what I'm doing right now, and how can I get back on track so that the employees that I've hired are happy again, and so that there's an energy that is fruitful and bustling in the office. So the first thing I would say is check back in with your brand story. What is your brand story? And in PR land, we think of it as what's your cause? What's your mission? What are you about? What are you interested in? What did you come here to do in the first place? Whether you're a coffee company or you manufacture pens for a living or you've just written your first book, what was your initial cause for coming out? Review that. Go back to that, because that's where it all started. That was the seedling that got things kind of bubbling in the first place. Think about your brand story and think about whether it connects with you. I always say to my business leaders, you are the face of your brand. So if you have a company and you're the CEO or you're the founder or you're the key executive, the connection should always be there. So think about your brand story. Another thing I would say is look at your profiles, your existing profiles in the social media space. I think what a lot of people do is they don't fill their profiles out to completion. So you definitely want to go to LinkedIn and make sure your profile is filled to completion. Make sure you have a nice little photo. Hire a photographer if you want to. Get some headshots. It's okay to look good. It's okay to present well. It's okay to put on a good face and a good look for your company. The other thing I would say is definitely hire a graphic artist. If the image that goes along with your mission, your brand, your strategy, your objectives does not sync, you're going to have a disconnect. So perfect example, for instance, is when I'm working with clients and they're putting up their brand profiles in the social media space. Sometimes, you ever know, Erica, when the photo gets pixelated and
Yes.
It looks really jagged and really ugly?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I hate that. It kills me. It disturbs me, actually. I won't even go to your website to learn more information. People eat with their eyes.
Of
They
course.
really do.
It just looks so unprofessional if you have something like that. I mean, it's the very first impression that a lot of people are going to have of your company. And if you can't even get an image right that represents your brand, whether it's a logo or a headshot or no matter what the image is, it's terrible.
It's terrible. It hurts. It hurts my soul. And I always say, hire a graphics artist. Startups cost money. We all know that. We're all trying to be very conservative with our funds so that we can grow in the best capacity, but make the investments where they count. And the brand and the design of the brand is critical and key. Certainly your graphics designer will be able to hand you the file size that makes it such that you can put it on a step and repeat, or put it on an awning, for example. You need to think about those things very, very carefully. And I would also say, figure out how to revitalize and recreate your business model. And one thing we learn is that business models change. What you did in 1995 may not work today. We know that everyone's got smartphones these days. If you think about the world at large and you think about wanting to expand to Europe and Asia and Africa, which is a massive market right now for those of you who are listening, you want to think about people who have accessible tools in their hand that can learn about your product. We have to stop thinking so nationally and start thinking about how we can serve the world at large.
I think that is so critically important, and that is exactly why I am hosting a seminar on mobile marketing coming up on February 13th. It's called Going Mobile, the Key to Maximizing Your Marketing in 2013. And, going mobile is so important. If you haven't done it already, you need to do it this year. Smartphones and tablets are the new thing, and they're not going to go away. And you really need to be able to reach your customers and potential customers on those mediums. So making sure you know how to do that is critical. And again, if you would like to get more information about that upcoming seminar, simply go to webstrategycamp.com. That's webstrategycamp.com. So our guest is Kojenwa Moit with Zebra Public Relations. And Kojenwa, let's talk a little bit more about the social media space and how companies can really go about successfully branding their initiatives there. One of the things that you mentioned, of course, is going to LinkedIn and making sure that your profile is completely filled in and that your company page has all the right information there. And then, of course, making sure that the graphics look good across your various social media platforms. Do you have any other suggestions for social media marketing when it comes to PR efforts?
Absolutely. Actually, in thinking about how to revitalize your business plan and your business model, one of the things we've been rolling out at Zebra this year, which we're so excited to release, is the Botox PR. And what is Botox? It's, what is it? A filler? Have you ever had this Botox?
I personally haven't done it, but I can tell you, especially in California, it is very, very popular.
It's huge. It's huge.
Yes.
So Botox, it's quick, it's easy. There's a quick turnaround. You get the results. It's an injectable and off you go, and you got your fillers and you don't have the wrinkle. What we're rolling out this year is Botox PR, which is essentially that. In the absence of hiring a publicist, for those of you who are in business and who want to see returns on getting your brand out there into the, I always say it's into the traditional media space, which is magazines and television and radio. And then there's social media, which is everything that you see online and press releases and so forth. And then you have your word of mouth, which is, are you at events? Are you on the red carpets? Are you showing up in the hands of people on television? Those things matter. So we rolled out Botox PR because it's a quick way, it's one fee, and it's a quick way for people to get the word out immediately to 700 media outlets. So if and when you are at the point that your brand, your product is ready to go, and I suppose most people are working in the products business, but also in the services, that what they've found is that a nice blend in business is to both have product and service. And that's really, really where you begin to win. So think about what you can productize and what you can get out there. And what you can sell, and also what the service portion is. And I mentioned Apple earlier. They've managed to do the two quite nicely. So they have the product, which is the iPhone, and then they've also got the service, which is the Apple Care. So the two combined really give you a nice an outline of what you can do. So certainly I would say if you're not going to hire a great publicist, and publicists should be able to tell you what they're capable of doing for you once your product is ready to go to market. How think about your budget, think about what you can do. It's the same thing in social media. If you want to put an ad out on Facebook, you have to allocate a certain number of dollars per day over the duration of one campaign to get the word out about your product.
Absolutely. I completely agree with you. When we come back from the break, we're going to talk a little bit about contacting the media and how that can help revitalize your PR efforts. You're listening to Punch Media and Marketing Made Easy on 1220 AM KDOW. I'm your host, Erica Taylor Montgomery, and we'll be right back after the break.